Atron. Today I am joined by Grave and Yiggs, and we are going AFK. Finally! I got the
Oh,
intro done!
You nailed
Heck
it,
yeah!
Greg.
you did it. Big proud.
Last week you guys stopped me from doing the intro.
Sweet justice.
Did we?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
we
don't
did. We
remember.
were just non-stop talking.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah. At least you have the chance to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are the
So,
both?
we had a couple games today.
Yes, indeed.
We
Mm-hmm.
had
Yeah.
Voltage beat, Ordinary Soldiers, which,
Oh, yeah.
to be honest, I'm not too surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ordinary
this is.
soldiers. Go ahead, Yux.
Isn't this like their second game in the league?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. They
Third.
came in to replace one of the inactive teams.
Like Outback Esports, I think it was. Yeah, they haven't been doing so hot, haven't they?
No, I don't think they have.
Yeah. They could bounce back though, possibly.
Yeah, I think
But
once they get
let's
some
see.
more team synergy, maybe pick up a couple of people, and um, sometimes it takes a while to kind of find that groove. I know Seattle was having that
Exactly.
issue.
Yeah, and also like look at Neptune, they were having a very rough time for a long time, but they just came out of nowhere and like 3-2'd Mako, I think it was.
Yeah.
They also disbanded though.
That is true, but it was nice to see that specific game though, and that showed that it is possible to do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, what really surprised me is Horseman 4-0 to Mako.
Wow, that is like kind of an underdog. I like that. I love to see those upsets.
Yeah, I like
Not
that.
what I was expecting.
Yeah,
It's
like
can be a lot more closer than that.
so Mako
They're
actually
both
has
really good
2
teams.
losses right now. According to my standings, Horseman and Voltage are undefeated currently.
Hmm,
Yeah, I
that's
think that's right.
interesting.
So that would be really fun to see them play
Yeah.
uh, in the playoffs. Speaking of which,
Yeah,
um, I
yeah.
guess I'll go ahead and talk about that real quick. We had a big meeting yesterday. My infection is gone finally. I feel like I've been sick
That's
for like a
good.
month, but it's gone now, so I'm more active.
That's good.
We had a big discussion yesterday about some things in the league that just we had an issue with this last season. We had a bunch of teams join and then just were inactive. They didn't. We tried our best. We went to the captains and tried to help them and hold their hand, and it just didn't work. So those teams are inactive, and with that, and they left. And so with so many teams leaving, and then there were other teams coming in like wanting to take over scores, but I didn't. None of us thought that that's not really fair to new teams coming in. We just decided, okay, we're gonna have a truncated season. We'll just do the top four, like one round of semis, and then the final game, and then we will start a new season probably in about a week or 2 weeks time after those playoffs. And what we're going to do this time to sort of make sure we don't have the same issue is that we're going to have a preseason that we think is going to be about 3 weeks long. And then to be eligible to compete in the actual season, those teams have to show up and have to play at least 2 out of those 3 games.
They
That,
have
that
to play
gives you a little
majority.
bit of, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
that gives them a little bit of wiggle room because, some things do happen, emergencies, but it's not this thing where we are having teams forfeit or just not show up every week and then not communicate. One of the other things is I will be personally talking to each of the captains and having sort of a little orientation and then telling them exactly, okay, this is what you need to do to stay in charge of your team. There are, so also some people that we've decided, maybe they can sit in the co-captain's chair, but we're going to need, other captains. So if anybody is wanting to attempt to bring in a team there, you need to contact me. I will be handling all that. And there'll be an announcement this week on what exactly I need, the kind of, I call it the quick start guide to bringing a team in. But essentially, you need at least 6 players that are active, 8 to formally register, but 6 is what will get you sort of the prelims. And along with their SR, submitted to me, and then we and the captain and the co-captain the name, and then I talk to you guys about that. And then you have to make sure that before that preseason, every single one of those team members on your team has to actually come in the server, read the rules, message an admin, agree, and then be assigned to the team. And if they're not doing that, and put the roster up, and if they're not addable in that roster, they are not eligible to play. If you do not have 6 addable players by the time the preseason starts, you will not be eligible for a team. We'll try to work with you, but it's fine to want to bring those people in, but please make sure for the rest of the league. I know a lot of people look at these kind of things and they're like, yes, I'd love to captain a team. And they have no concept of it's a lot of work and scheduling, and then they just don't do their job. Please don't be one of those people. If you feel like you want to captain a team, but you're not sure about your ability to keep up, find a co-captain that will, co-captain with somebody. But if you are going to captain a team and bring in your friends and have a team, you need to be responsible in doing it. Because that's the problem we've had, is that, a lot of good people out there, a lot of good team members, and their captain just isn't leading them. And you need that to have a team to compete.
Yeah, you have to know what you're getting yourself into before you actually go about and do it.
Right. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And it wasn't anything about there were any sort of drama or misunderstandings. The issue was just inactivity, which does happen.
Yeah, it happens. People have lives outside of the game.
Yeah, and people get tired of it or whatever. But if you do not have the time, do you think, to captain, it's probably a lot more work than you think it is. And please make sure that you are going to, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it well. Don't make a commitment if you can't finish it, kind of stuff. Because you see,
Exactly.
I'm not trying to discourage people, but you see how freaking annoying it is for the board, for the other teams who show up and do their work, and then you have these teams that just don't. And that's really frustrating. And you can't get in contact with them, and it's just a mess. But yeah. That's about right with that. Because I know some people were asking, they were like, what happened with OLOC? Is it dying? Or was there no, there was none of that. It was literally just inactivity.
It happens, yeah. Just a dumb season with dumb things happening.
Right. Let's see, what else? We welcomed Beachy to board trainee role. Bullet is stepping down to the assist trophy role, which is sort of moderators, their assistants.
It's like the hall monitor thing when...
Yeah, kind of like that. Chubby is a member of that. Sig is, right? And the other host, SS, that guy.
SS is Sig.
Is that Sig? Okay, they're the same.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, well, I don't know if I was thinking there was a fourth person, but I can't remember who it is right now, so maybe there's not.
I don't know.
No, there isn't a fourth person, I don't think.
Okay. Well, but it's fine.
No. In other news, I just started this puzzle and I think I've already messed up.
I'm not really sure you can mess up a puzzle.
Watch me, you underestimate my power. Ow. These things are so sharp. It's I'm pretty sure I could kill a person with these kind of pieces. So sharp. Yeah. Move on to a different topic. How have you two been?
I've been doing alright. Dealing with all the league stuff today has started wearing me out even more now.
That's fair.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to be done today. Time zone confusion always happens around daylight savings time, which is a dumb archaic concept. It should go away.
Why was that even a thing? Why was that started?
Well, the reason it was started was basically for farming a long time ago when US was majority agricultural. It allowed you to have the extra hours of daylight to work. But nowadays, in today's modern society, it's really just sort of one of those relics of the past that nobody changed because it was just too annoying to change. But there's several bills. I know there's one in Georgia right now, and some states have gotten rid of it.
Yeah, in Arizona got rid of it? I think it was that state anyways.
Yeah, Georgia's hopefully getting rid of it.
It'd be nice to get rid of that. It's so fucking dumb.
So I've like asked people now, please, if we're going to schedule things, put it in EST and GMT or whatever timeline so that we're all on the same page as to if somebody's calculations are off, like we'll be able to find out.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, absolutely. Something I did want to talk about. So, we finally have hero pools in competitive now. Have you guys tried that out yet?
Nope. I didn't even know that was a thing until like yesterday.
So I have tried it out, and
What do you think?
I have mixed emotions about it.
I'm gonna personally say I don't think it's needed. I don't have any problem with it being the way it is without them. And what will happen is if there's zeros that are banned that I just want to play, I just won't play. That's how it's going right now.
Yeah.
No Reinhardt, no Orisa, no shield tank. Sorry, I'm not playing.
Alright, chat. Senpai has noticed you.
Oh?
What's happening there?
Who was saying hello?
Does someone want
The chat has just been going off. Notice says, read chat! Izzy
Oh my God.
puts like read chat 6
I didn't even know
times.
we had a chat.
There was people that saying notice as senpai.
What are you even broadcasting on? I'm so like
YouTube!
I don't know anything about streaming or anything like that. I don't know.
Me either. Why do you think I just do along with my internet's fucking bad?
Like I don't watch it. I don't.
Yeah, no. When it comes to the hero pools idea, I have some mixed emotions. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I don't, because I'm sitting here, especially of like the first hero rotation. The characters that are out are Orisa, Hanzo, Mei, and Baptiste. And just for me, I like playing Orisa. And me not being able to play the horse lady kind of killed me inside. Because it's like... So, the reason I feel like I don't really like it is, what's going on is I feel like it starts to feel limiting. Like, you're forced to play, like, especially, like, if you're playing main tank, you're, like, forced to play, like, one of two tanks, and that's it. If you're playing main tank. You're basically gonna either be forced to play Reinhardt, Winston, or Hammond. That's it. And Winston and Hammond kind of serve the same function. So, it just... And I don't play Hammond, so for me, it just feels especially limiting because I'm forced to either play Winston or Reinhardt. And both of them are very, very, very different with how you play them.
I feel like, one of the things is, again, like, I don't think it was necessary at all. It's not something I wouldn't have voted for it or anything like that. I think it's fine the way it is. For Overwatch League, or maybe for like GM or Masters, I don't know, where it's like meta rules, I get why they're doing that. But for like, I don't know, like for more casual play, all it seems to me to do is limit what comps you can play and what a lot of people play. I know like there's all this idea about pushing people to learn other heroes. The problem for me is though, if they were like, you have to do this, how would you do it? I would say I would be booting DPS. There's just not as many tanks and there's not as many supports, especially tanks. Tanks are kind of limited because they're further halved into like main tank and off tank role.
Yeah.
And so you're just limited. And I don't like that. And there's especially when I'm just going into comp, let's say I'm not playing with a 6 stack, there are some tanks that require more coordination than others, like trying to run dive, and that's just hard to do. It's one thing if you're a 6-stack, but if you're playing with randoms and comp, that's kind of unfortunate.
Like, the reason behind it being to prevent hard metas, because it's like nobody wants to play like double shield or backline goats all the time.
And that's fine, but like what I'm saying is I feel like that's really only applicable to where people can play the meta, and I mean can play it so well that it is literally undefeatable. That is like GM level, maybe upper masters and above, and then like pro play. I feel like diamond masters, at least the way I've seen, you can still play other, the meta, just the players there are not good enough to have to run straight meta all the time. I don't think that this change benefits the majority of casual Overwatch players.
Maybe it could also be that I haven't played yet, so I wouldn't know. But from what I've been hearing, it has...
I mean, I've been playing Overwatch for years, so...
Well, I'm talking about now with the hero pools being added. Not in total.
Huh.
What?
Yeah.
Weirdly, or...
Hero pools, it's like one of those things that I think it's not going to destroy the game, but I do think that it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
It's gonna have, I mean, like Lag was saying earlier, which, let me see if I can find the comment in the chat, because I did see something like great that he said.
Oh god. I was trying to
Hey, my
look
voice.
at the,
Ah, fuck. Well, forces you to play and learn different heroes. That's a good thing, especially for lower SR players. Yes, absolutely. It's great for lower SR players because there has been this issue of one tricks. And
I think that's
hero
fine.
pools kind of deters one tricks.
It's true. The one thing that I would say about that, though, is, again, for lower SR, I feel like if you one-trick a character, I'm not sure that this is going to teach you to change others. I think you're just not going to play on the times that your character is out. Especially when it's like there's only so many tanks and only so many supports, because those, again, are divided into main and off. And so limiting those two pools, now DPS, honestly, yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, who cares? If I could delete 2 characters from this game, it would be Widow and Sombra, so like the time that those are gone would be great.
Yeah.
I know that's what I would do, like back in the day when I was a baby player playing Lucio only for like forever. I just would have not played instead of learning other characters.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
I think that's the mentality, because when you have casual players, you have casual players. So again, I'm not really sure. It's just, yeah, I'm not sure it was necessary for limiting tanks and supports except for higher levels to shake up the meta, because isn't that fundamentally what this is about? People get tired of the same meta.
Yeah.
So it just
I mean,
I
think that's what happened with.
is.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened with the GOATS comp.
I get it. Yeah, it says meta changes though, but the problem is like, you can't tell me that you haven't heard people bitch and bitch and bitch about the amount of time that a meta shows up and then it gets nerfed into the ground, because it's anywhere between 4 and 6 months with how the patches work, and people fucking bitch.
And then people are gonna bitch all the way through the entire meta, then bitch when it's over.
Except
again,
Scopes
I agree
survived
that it's a
through
good thing.
so many different patches because nobody wanted to get rid of that shit.
Right, and like people are gonna bitch about that, and I agree that this is, like I said, it's a good thing for higher ELOs. I'm just not sure it's necessary for, like, say, mid-masters and below, because a lot of those people don't know how to play meta to the point where it is completely unbreakable. They're just not coordinated enough.
I guess.
Yeah, it's tough to change things.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not saying the change is bad or anything. This is my personal opinion about it.
It's like, yeah, there's always gonna be people unhappy about some changes they'll make.
I just know for me, like, unless I'm playing with a big group of people, if I'm seeing that my favorite comps are out, like the shield tanks are out, because, you know, a lot of times as a support, I don't want to play with a hog diva. It's just awful. I don't want to do that.
That's
And
fine.
so I just see that and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not going to be playing this week.
Yeah, that's fine. If you do
So I
Yeah.
wonder if we're going to see some interesting things about that where you see it reflected in the demographics where people's preferred sort of heroes and tanks come up. You know, do more people play when Sombra's gone? Do less people play when there's no Reinhardts? You know.
I know all the
Interesting to
Hammond
find
players are
out.
having a field day since May's out of rotation.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I still just have mixed emotions. I think in the long run it'll be good, but overall, I it's just so hard for me to say.
Yeah, it's like, and like I said, I haven't tried it out yet, so it's something I have to test myself, I guess.
I still have to
Before I
finish my
commit to it.
placements. Although my
I
placements
haven't,
have been going pretty
Okay.
well with hero pools, so
yeah, so
That's
that's
good.
I'm because people are being forced to play different things, so I'm actually not just running into comps that I can't play against.
That's good.
well, then it's definitely doing its job if that's the case.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's definitely doing a lot better.
I know. I don't think it's really made a difference for me. The only thing it does is make me less likely to play at times when there's heroes in that I want to play and they're out.
Yeah,
Now again, it's just like
Sure.
time goes on. That's just my current opinion. I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm not quitting the game or anything because of it. I don't have super strong opinions. That's just how I feel. Like I was like, all right, cool. This doesn't really affect me at all. Except now
Yeah.
I can't practice Baptiste and comp this week. So
the main reason I just don't like it is I'm like sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I feel very limited just because I see these characters that are blocked. Even though, like, the only one that I actually play that's out of rotation is Orisa. Even when I like go on to DPS, I'm like, I feel limited, but I'm not that limited.
That's fair.
It's just a weird thing.
I personally like shield comps. I just do. That's my favorite style to play, unless I am with a group that is actually coordinated and can dive. For some reason, to me, there's absolutely nothing more frustrating than a team playing things like that and then having no coordination, no one's in team chat or whatever. So that's annoying. But shield tanks, it's like, okay, this is such a basic style of play that I feel like I can play this with like 3 randoms and not fuck it up so badly. So I just am less likely to play when it's things like, if Diva Hog, Hammond being the 3 tanks.
Oh yeah. But that also brings up another thing that I know we talked about last night, and that's hero pools coming into OLOC, if that's going to necessarily be a thing. Now, honestly, I'm fine with it with what we discussed, it being like a week behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like
I'm
looking
okay
at
that
it.
I was just like I don't want to run. I am too lazy to keep track of that. So so long as someone like posted up there and is like these are who's there, I can follow the instructions.
Yeah,
Like
I'm already
someone
keeping track of
else.
it. So
Right,
it's,
like
So, yeah, you don't have
thankfully
to worry about
people
it
that are
then.
way more competent than I am will be doing that, and I can follow instructions. I try my best.
Yeah.
what's nice is I already have a game mode set up, so it's like,
Yeah,
well, if we're gonna
good to
use
go,
it,
right?
we're ready to go with it.
We're all good to go.
That was wonderful.
Well, so but we'll do a vote. I think whether it's of course up to the community whether they want that or not. I know not a lot of people have voted yet, but we'll make another announcement about that to make sure we get those opinions.
Okay.
Yeah, because understanding how people feel about hero pools is going to be super, 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 super important, so we can know what we want to do going forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, like, most of OLC is fairly high rank, right? Like Masters and...
I think we're like right around like mid diamond to low masters is the average.
Okay.
Which is a good
3,600-ish, 3,500-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good range.
It is. So I'm guessing most of them would vote for hero pools.
Which is fine.
I know. Yeah, I know is the way it stands right now is it was like 13 for 5 against or something like that.
Yeah.
It just I'm
14-5.
just super proud of the game mode that I set up. Like I was like struggling for like a half an hour, like, how do I get this shit to work? Suddenly I figured it out and I'm like, oh wait, did I just do it? And I head into the game and I'm like, holy crap, wait, that worked. Let me check this again. Let me try backing out a character. Wait, that worked! Yes! That was legit my thought process while doing it. It was like,
I like it.
like, you guys don't understand just the level of euphoria and happiness you get when you're programming something and it actually works.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do not. I'm an artist. I do the pretty stuff. I leave the programming to you guys.
Well, I
just do random bullshit.
I took robotics and I was in a robotics team club kind of thing when I was in high school. So like I have experience with this stuff. Although the Overwatch version is a little bit different. I understand it enough where I can make it to work, and I'm super happy they added if else statements because those are so useful.
Oh yeah, nice and programming.
Yeah. I usually do like game design stuff in my high school. That's fun.
Well, then you should go in with Farrell and work on those workshop modes. I'm not useful in it. I'm just like, cool. So what do I press?
So what does this do?
I'm very much like a trial and error person when it comes to that. I mean, if I need to, I can go figure it out, but it is not my preference to do that.
Yeah, I never did the workshop stuff before, so it'd definitely be an experience.
I mean, and that's why I'm really happy that I started doing the workshop stuff for the league because it's kind of forced me to learn it because
really cool,
it was something that I wanted to learn, and because we were going to use it in the league, it just forced me to learn it. So it gave me a reason to actually like sit down and look and see what the different commands do and how to get them to work properly. It's fun. It is fun.
And that's what's super cool about like volunteering for things like this and positioning. I mean, like people are like, well, what do you get out of it? You're spending hours, literal, hours, dozens of hours a week working on these kind of things, and you get nothing out of it. But it's things like that. You get experience and you get the feeling that like this thing that you did is benefiting other people, and that's really cool. Like I get practicing like yelling and corralling team captains into doing things and making sure people aren't, killing each other online and stuff like that. And that's always fun. It's good managing experience. And then you guys have got that, and it makes you more confident leading things like this. It's always fun.
Which
the podcast,
It also made me wonder, correct me if I'm wrong, but are we one of the only leagues that actually uses the workshop to enforce some of the stuff? Like,
I think we are actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are. I'm thinking of all the. I'm in like a meta server on Discord, which is a bunch of league owners, and I think really we are the one that uses the workshop. I don't know. CGL might. I'm not entirely sure, but they might. But everybody else I know of doesn't.
It's like
Cheryl, you're special, Paul.
I'm Speckle. Oh man!
Experience my ass.
Jesus Christ, that was so much fun last night.
It was.
That was
like...
really funny.
I kind of want to do that again tonight.
We might can if we get enough people, or if like anybody else wants to come play. We were playing Jackbox games, and like it's really not safe for work, so it's not like we can really.
Yeah, it is not safe for work.
It's always really fun.
At all, but it is so much fun.
We should all like get drunk one night and do that. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, you can definitely make drinking games out of that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
Pretty fun.
It is.
And Grave had a great experience last night. He finally learned what a porthole is.
Yeah. We had to ban the word porthole because everybody kept trying to use it as an inside joke. It was banned.
I'm so bad at those games because I don't know anything.
Which, how did you not know what a porthole is?
I don't know, ask my fucking brain.
I mean, I guess, like, if you've never been on a ship and you don't read a lot, how would you know what it is? It's not exactly a common word.
I think I read a decent amount of books in my time, but I've never seen the word porthole.
You know what it is now, right, Grave?
A hole on a ship.
Yeah.
Do I get an A?
You win.
It's a window.
A round window.
It's typically the round windows in a ship.
Well, I thought those were squares.
No. I mean, I guess they can be.
They can be, but you do know
like,
that
sailing ships.
Yeah.
I joke.
It's an old concept.
Oh. Though one of my favorite games though in Jackbox is actually the murder mystery trivia. I love that. It's just fun.
Oh, we didn't do that one.
We didn't do that one, but it's always been one of my favorites just because it's stupid. You just do it to mess people up and to screw over your friends because that's basically what that game is.
I love that. I only wanted to do that when we wanted to do Monster Dating Monster. The T-shirt one was really funny though. Like that was
TKO.
Yeah.
Like the start of it was so slow, but then really
the beginning is so slow, but once the battles begin, it is so funny.
It's so funny.
I'm like,
because what it is like it's basically if you guys have never played it, it's you make like 3 different drawings and then you can type in a bunch of slogans and like people will match the drawings with the slogans, and so you come up with like some glorious looking things like
fat ass.
Fat ass.
There was like just like a little fat dude I drew, and like somebody had typed in fat ass, and it worked really well. I don't have a picture of it.
There was also the fat dude, and then experience my ass.
Experience my ass.
I like how it was my
drawing
one that was just
like,
drawing versus
it was just like
quotes.
a dick like sperming off, and it said "for a beautiful cunt."
Yeah, I love that one.
So like. There's some really. There's also one that was just like somebody made like a mad face, and it was like, what was it? Like your ass is grass, and I'm the lawnmower, or something like that. It was like.
Yigs, you won the award of the most edgiest drawing.
I wanted to make an edgy drawing, but I was kind of upset that you picked it because it was like easily the weakest of all of them.
Yigs,
Suddenly Bananas almost won it for it though.
I know.
Suddenly bananas.
Suddenly bananas. But Yigs, you had mentioned you got a picture of a guy sitting on a toilet.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like I think it was a dude sitting on a toilet, and then like somebody had tried to write something, and I had no idea what the fuck that was or like what it was supposed to be representing.
I drew that. It was supposed to be saying, "Do you mind?" Like you walked in on a guy taking a crap.
Oh, see, if it had just been the dude on the toilet, I would have picked that. But like the writing, like you're already making a slogan, so the writing just sort of.
I'm stupid, so.
Also, Yigs.
Oh, I feel for it. I feel
Yigs,
you.
We were playing like Drawful or something or whatever it was, and you were saying how you did something to get someone fired, and you didn't tell the story on that. Do you remember that?
What?
I didn't get anybody fired. I do remember wanting to tell that story, but I don't remember the context of like what it was about. I have a lot of people were fired for this. You'd have to tell me like what the phrase or whatever it was is.
We were playing Drawful, that's all I remember.
It was what?
We were just playing Drawful, that's all I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. If you remember, let me know, because I have to know the context. I have so many stories about shit.
All I remember from that thing though was the word burrito. Something smells.
Burrito.
Bad burrito.
Oh, bad burrito. A bad burrito.
Bad burrito, smelly
Yeah, that was
baby,
it.
or eat baby, whatever.
There was a radio show,
Okay.
and they were
Trying to-
talking about what happened to a patient in a hospital. And the radio hosts were saying like, so she had come and they opened her up on surgery, and the smell from inside was so bad that the surgeons fainted. They had to clear the room and ventilate it in order to keep operating on her because of the smell inside. And like, so these DJs were talking about it, and like the two straight guy DJs, and then like the funny guy DJ comes in and is like, bad burrito. And it was like really funny on the air, but then they had given so much away from like HIPAA privacies that the lady found out about it. And she sued the hospital because she was Mexican. They said bad burrito.
No.
So it was like considered racist, but it was considered a breach of HIPAA. They got fired for the bad burrito comment.
Holy crap.
So,
That's insane.
if you guys have ever had any experience with the medical field or having surgery or whatever, every single one of your providers absolutely talks massive shit behind your back, but they're very careful that you don't hear it. Because people, had I been the lady on the operating table, I would have thought that shit was funny, but obviously she did not.
Bad burrito.
Bad
You
burrito.
can probably Google that, bad burrito, and see if there was like, you can probably find the recording. But
Probably.
This was like 20 years ago.
Okay.
This was 20 years ago?
So, well, I don't know if it was 20. It was a long time ago.
God damn it.
You know, back before Clear Channel owned like or iHeartRadio now owned like every
You
single
mean
radio
back
station.
before Disney owned everything?
No, I think Disney still owned everything then. iHeartRadio is not Disney though. But they're the reason that Atlanta has shit radio. They buy up everything and kill all the local radio. Atlanta's like if you want to listen to the radio, you get satellite here, which is so annoying because I love local radio. I always have. But fucking Monopoly, iHeartRadio, they're the same people that like they do the oldie stations and everything is just top 40 in whatever genre. They never actually like, they don't try. It's a really fascinating story if you go look up the economics behind iHeartRadio, like their monopoly on the radio in the U.S.
Sounds interesting.
Nah, I'd rather just make a meme about it.
Yeah, that's fine too. That's fair.
Another
Okay,
news.
I've got to go finish cooking.
Okay.
Will you
But-
be back?
Like on the podcast or later tonight?
On the podcast.
Both, I
I
guess.
don't know. I don't think so. Don't wait up for me because I've got to go deliver some of this to my neighbors. They had a death in the family, and so I don't know
Ooh.
how long I'm gonna be stuck over there like talking and hanging out. So we'll see.
Okay, so
Um,
they'll probably be on later then. I
Yeah, I'll be
guess.
on later tonight.
Probably.
I'll be playing comp. I'm finishing my
I
placements.
might do
At
that
least trying
too.
to.
Yeah,
Oh, that
I might
was
do that too. But
I
thank
still
you for
haven't-
having me on.
I still have 8 that I need
It's
to
nice. Thanks for showing us the beautiful story of Bad Burrito.
do. Bad
welcome.
burrito.
Sure,
Bad
something everybody
burrito.
wanted to hear. Bad burrito.
They get to hear Ethan, if they like it or not.
Okay, well, I will be back probably later, but thank you for having me on, and
Yeah.
good luck with the rest of the show. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Grave? I have to ask you
Sure.
something. What is this
Sure.
picture you just sent me?
Oh, the dot hog?
Dot hog? Why dot hog?
Dot dog. And for
Why-
the people who
why
can't
is it-
see it, it's a hot dog with hot dog bun bread on the inside of it.
And there's a little dollop of ketchup next to it, and I'm like, what? What? Why? Can I ask why?
What?
Where
do you
did you
mean?
find this and why?
In a Discord server.
Oh man. You're something else, Grave.
I'm not the one who made it.
It doesn't downgrade the fact. It does not downgrade the fact.
I mean, I do make onion and butter sandwiches, so...
Yeah. Why do you do that?
It's good.
It does not sound appetizing at
It
all.
is. It's pretty good. You should try it.
Onion and butter.
Mm-hmm. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
That sounds like super unhealthy. It sounds super unappetizing. Like, I'm not the only one, right? Please tell me I'm not the only one that thinks that is, like, stupid.
I mean...
Onion
and
butter.
Just wanting attention.
I swear I'm gonna start calling you an ogre because of that.
Onions have layers.
Onions have layers. Butter can have layers.
We all have layers.
We all have layers. We're all ogres here.
Also, in other news, I already given up on that fucking puzzle. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, I told you level 7's freaking hard.
Fuck.
Let me put this in your mind, Grave. Generally, a Rubik's Cube is seen as like a level 4 difficulty, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
OD wants you, Pharaoh.
I know OD wants me. OD always wants me. This isn't a Brahm. What? I'm like looking at the chat and I'm just so confused. I just see a lot of like very teary eyes. There's an oof. Suddenly there's Russian. Not even Russian will get my attention. What do you want for my attention though? Like, you guys, it doesn't even look like you're trying to talk to me. You want to know who's MVP? Like I said, like Lag said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have both teams decide the other team's MVP. Because, to be honest, I wasn't really paying too much attention to the game, other than who was winning the map.
How about this? OD, you're MVP.
Yeah, there you go. OD, you're MVP now. Does that make you happy? I'm just waiting.
Look at W.
Let's make it OD Izzy. There we go. MVP is just off the top of my head because why not?
Kinda, but it's not earned.
What do you want? You didn't play, I know. Oh man. I'm just sitting here like trying to build another Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Yes, I still play that game, that old game. It is still super fun to me. And you want me to ask now? Fine. I will ask right this second.
Yes.
Get ready for the at.
At OD times 1000.
I was actually half debating just doing that. Pick the other
We took like 280 messages.
MVP for your match. There we go.
Like your MVP, OD. I support that.
There we go. I'm running out of shit to say. We talked about TKO. You want to know something that I kind of want to do?
What is it?
I kind of want to put TKO onto the stream, and anybody in the chat. Well, we have 2 people. Fuck. Well, I could do a little @ in the Discord, or you could do a little @ in the Discord, and we could see if anybody wants to join us on the podcast and play some TKO or some bullshit and have a little fun while we try and pad out the runtime.
You could do that. Want to do that?
Just the blatant, like me just saying blatantly, trying to pad out the runtime only took like 280 messages. I need to ask Lag for the MVP. I tagged Horseman and Mako, so I want their teams deciding MVPs, not just the captains deciding MVPs. Yeah, let's see if anybody would even be interested. Yeah,
Okay.
let me see. Just to try and pad things out and make things a little bit more entertaining, because some crazy crap happens with that game. It really does.
Yeah, I'll ask my group chat and see if anybody wants to join.
I'm gonna look in LFG and see if anybody
What was
wants to
it
join
called
us.
again? TKO.
TKO on Jackbox is such a fun game. Why can't I freaking find LFG in the Discord anymore? What the hell? Like, I get tags from it, but I can't fucking find it. What the fuck? Oh my god, did it disappear? I see bot stuff. Holy shit, I can't find the looking for game channel. Oh my god. It's, oh, looking for group. There it is. Shit. Am I just blind? I know Lag responded. He voted for Tekraz. Which was, like, without a doubt for me. Tekraz is always performing.
Hackers is pretty neat.
Tekraz is always performing. Now I just gotta see who Mako votes for.
We shall see.
Does anybody even have the LFG role anymore?
Good question.
Grave, should I do an everyone tag and see if anybody wants to join?
I mean, nothing's stopping you.
Yeah, but I've never abused my power. One abuse would be fine, wouldn't it?
Chubby said he can join in about 5 minutes.
Ooh, Chubby can join in with us. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tag everybody in looking for group.
Do it. What do you think OD should throw at everybody?
Yeah, OD, you decide this. Should I tag everybody and see if anybody wants to play some Jackbox on our podcast today to pad out runtime? Yes! I'm doing it! OD has spoken!
The majestic OD has spoken.
Would anybody like to join me and Grave in some Jackbox TV? In some Jackbox games?
Yeah,
on the podcast. Like, now? And everyone's been tagged.
This...
OD, would you like to play?
I was hoping you would do an announcement.
It's a fucking stupid game! But it's so much fun!
And on that day, Phil was removed from board.
Listen, I think I've gotten like a good reputation with everybody that people tend to like me at this point, so I'm sure they'll be fine with me making a mass tag just randomly. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So Chubby's gonna join us, so that'll be fun. That's always fun.
Yeah,
You don't even need to have like the comp. You don't even have to have people in the chat, which is nice. Is you just suddenly see like the random crap that people come up with, and it makes it that much funnier because you don't have the reactions that people are getting. What you get is our reactions to seeing it for the first time. We're like, what the fuck? You know, Quiplash, Jackbox games are always fun.
They are. Yeah. Has anyone replied to your LFG? There's an LFG roll from Chaotic.
I don't know if anyone has it anymore. The only one that I know that has it is me. Let's see. Where's LFG? Let's see how many people actually have the freaking LFG roll. 5 people. 5 fucking people have it. So in your face, Chaotic.
Also, lag gets MVP hog.
Alright, so there you go. So, Lag and Tekris are MVPs for Mako v Horseman. Are you happy, OD? Are you pleased? I swear to God, if you just put a little yes, I'm going to be so annoyed. I swear to God. We need to find something to talk about, though.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Have you been watching the Overwatch League, Grave?
I have not.
Damn it!
It has been more over than a year.
Yeah, I have not been watching it either, but as far as I know, actually I don't know. I want to say NYXL is doing fine, but then I'm also like, it's NYXL. They are, to me, notorious for choking when it matters. They've failed in the finals both years because they choked. Why did they do that?
Chubby.
What?
Invite Chubby.
Oh, invite Chubby? I need to invite Chub.
Yes,
I didn't get any suggestions. View suggested players. Chubby Chub. Oh, yeah. Jackbox is always fun. Jackbox is always. Who did you say? Oh, wait. Was that the suggestion for Chubby? Yes, it was. I just now got it.
Oh, I just sent another one.
What the fuck? I just invited him. But, yeah, Jackbox is just so much fun sometimes. And I don't want to end the podcast now because we've only been going for like less than an hour, I want to say. Yeah. So I just want to try to pad things out and like start stupid crap. This episode is so boring this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like it always gets that way when it's just you and me.
It is, I guess. I'm just a very fucking quiet person, so I'm not the most interesting that could be on here. It also could be that this day is just fucking dragging on so long.
Ooh, Sig's in to join us. Let's see if he wants to get in here. Did Chubby join yet? No, he didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna invite Chubby myself too. But T-pose. Hi, Chubby. Chubby, I sent you a party invite. Fucking join. Hey, hi, Sig. I just tagged everybody because fuck it.
Yeah,
Wait, let's
sick,
get Donald Trump to play with us. Fuck it.
No, bet.
PS4 loading, lol. Wow. Really? You fucking scrub. Sig. So,
Yes.
you may want to go to the OLOC stream, currently going right now, because
I'm in it.
you are watching it right now?
Yes. Why must I look?
Okay, because you're going to need to for the Jackbox stuff, especially for like TKO.
Okay. Oh right, because there's something on the screen, right? I got to type in
Yes.
the code or whatever, right?
There's actual things that happen on screen other than just the room code.
Is it like
because
a website I have to go to, or is it like an app I have to download?
Jackbox.tv, it's a website.
I watch live stream on my PlayStation then, and I'll get it open on my phone. Man,
Yeah.
efficient and that, you know.
You'll see it. You'll see it. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot.
I'm gonna go get the game started.